ulti.TV.
All right, welcome to round 3 of the Savage Ultimate Super League, brought to you by ulti.TV. We're here, we're in our brand new jerseys. Savage have done a great job. Look at the players, they look sensational. So we've got Knight in red and Bluebells in grey. Bluebell's currently working against the Knight zone. Val Zarkin recently back off injury. He was looking a bit tender out there when he was warming up. Some of his throws were, well, his throws were on, he was just struggling to move around a little bit. Chino from Knight as well, he's looking a bit sore. He's just come off a big tournament on the weekend. And Val puts one up, this is what he's known for, and Dutchy has misread it.
Must have been the sun in his eyes there. We're back on now though.
So Dave working under against Greg gets him underneath finally. So Dave with a quick swing to Chris Palazzi. Palazzi had a good weekend. Apparently scored the winning layout. He's a bit stuffed here at the moment. And Dennis has come off and Dennis gets a block. Pick before the throw. So just coming in stalling 6. All right, so they get out of free jail there with Sando to Chris Palazzi. Looks away. Val playing good defense on Brian there, and he's just got burnt completely. Greg almost getting that one. Dave, backhand, goes to wind up that massive flick of his. Johnny, the captain, number 1, throws to Brian, who's worked underneath Val there. Chris Manning to Steve Harfield, working strong against Scotty there, to Brian, throws the backhand in the end zone to James Hurley, who gets crushed by Brian but brings down the score.
Yeah, pretty good there. Val's looking a bit sore. Not sure if he's moving properly, but we'll see how we go for the rest of it.
Okay, here's the pull. Chris Palazzi putting it up. It looks like a good pull, going to land on the end zone line. Val letting it bounce. Throws to Ben Foley. Foley is the captain of this team, and he's coming up against this Knight zone at the moment. This is the second point they've used it. Ben Foley moves quickly to Dutch. Dutch to Greg Schrader. Greg Schrader on the inside to Ben Foley. Foley holds the flow and then dishes to Val. Val on the far sideline to Ben. They're working well against his zone, getting lots of movement at the moment. Ben Foley breaks that easy. Greg Schrader on this near sideline. Ben Foley working through the cut there, just busting this thing wide open to Scary. Scary throws an air bounce, out of bounds.
Yeah, pretty ambitious throw there by Scary. Thought the air bounce was going to take it up a bit more than it did.
Oh, Steven drops the disc to Val. Val gets the disc here. Oh, Sando with a lot of pressure on Tim Davis. Backhand into that corner. That's his favourite spot on the field, to Chino for the score.
All right, Kev Robinson to put it up into a stiff cross breeze. It's going to roll. Hurley does well to keep it in place. Let's see if they can match the flow that Bluebells had on their offense point. Ricky sneaks it out the back there. Gets a good ground up to Sando. Manning. It's looking good. Sando takes about 8 steps and just out in front of, who's that? Johnny. Looking a bit tender there though. I think the tournament might have taken out of him.
So it was a pretty good flow there by Knight. They got it off. They got the huck off, but that breeze just played a big part on that.
All right, back to it with Chino. Looking a bit nervous. Wobbles one out to Kev. Nice put out there to Foley. Should get there. Not happy with that. Gets his hand out, but all he manages to do is make it back.
So Richard bringing it in. James Hurley gets it up the line to Brian. Big power position, puts up the huck. Ben Foley against Johnny Warren White, the 2 captains. Dennis off the back, gets the block. Oh, and it just drops in front of Manning. Ben Foley picks it up and jams it down the other end. Tim Davis underneath it. Chris Palazzi gets right up there. Timmy comes down with it though. Great grab and a foul. So Ben Foley gets it off to Kev after that contested foul. James Hurley, puts his body on the line, but Tim Davis comes up with it. That contested foul, it looked like Chino came through on Brian Whalen. No, not Brian Whalen, Brian Shield there. And he's just put it up. He's put up an absolute dirty floater. And there's people falling over all over the joint. But Brian Whalen comes down with the score. Chris Palazzi on his knees. Doesn't get that block. He's been an absolute monster so far. Okay, Kev with the pull here. Big offside by Ben Foley. What a chump. And it's being picked up by Chris Manning at the other end. Brian Shield to Palazzi, straight away to Richard Klein. Big power position, holds it up for a second to Sando in the end zone. That is too easy, folks. And Chino looking very, very stiff there. Too easy, though.
I think I will stay on.
So Palazzi putting up a nice floaty pull. All the boys are getting their jerseys here on the sideline. Savage Ultimate has these Super League jerseys for sale. If you're interested, just go to savageultimate.com. And there's a quick block there by Steve. I almost missed it. I'm here talking about these awesome jerseys. Richard Klein picking it up, solid handler, puts up a floaty one. Chris Manning underneath it, brings down the score. That's 3-2.
Here we go, Johnny Warren White. Let's see if he loosens up from the tournament over the weekend. Val picked that up. Goes to Kev. Scary. Makes it look tough. Is keeping it alive, keeping it moving. Seems to be the game plan. Kev's held it up though. He's struggling a bit. Hurley almost gets fingers on it. Does well to cut off that second pass. Puts a bit of pressure on for Foley. Gathers. Greg looking around. He wants to put it down the field, but it's got no one. It's got no one there.
Val's moving well here. I'm surprised. He's been out for a couple of weeks, but he is moving well so far.
Kev picks it up, back to Scary. A little bit of a dance up the field. No, they're just getting, it was inevitable there, the D. They were getting held up a fair bit by the zone.
Yeah, there was just no movement there. No movement downfield. And now they're on offense.
Manning gets a quick 1-2, Brian Shield. Looks for the point, puts it, Hurley, does well to get there.
Ben Foley not happy with that one. He got beat and he's called a timeout now. Okay, here's the pull. Chris Palazzi seems to be the puller for this team. Putting it up, outside in. We're just standing in the huddle there. Ben Foley is demanding more effort from his team on offense, more movement. And on D, he wants a bit more heart. He wants people to grind out and shut down those cuts. And Dutch now getting the disc wide open. The zone's shifted across though and stopped that flow before it could go anywhere. That was a brilliant throw there to get that to him. Dennis to Val. Val throws that weird backhand to Dutch. Dutch to Scary. Scary with his brilliant hand. Ben Foley, power position, Huck. And Steve Harfield. Steve, he's come from nowhere. Got a block. What brilliant stuff there.
Almost killed someone in the crowd. I don't know if you can count that as a D to anyone.
Super League D to the guy over there. hit him last. Okay, so Bluebells have quickly transitioned into the zone. Chris Palazzi breaks Brian Whalen. Shield comes down with the disc. Shield, into the turf. He's just turfed that one. Had a big hole to throw into and it's just incomplete. Foley puts up a lofty one. Chris Palazzi coming over. And Dutch has dropped it clean after Palazzi missed everything. So, all right, so Sando, disc to Shield, to Steve Harfield, gets a brilliant catch, throws that lefty backhand fake that he loves. Manning breaks to Shield, swings to Sando. Sando fakes the backhand, goes the forehand to Shield. They're working back and forth. Greg bites in on that cut there to stop Steve Harfield getting the disc. Right now, Bluebells aren't stopping much, and there's a big one straight through the middle, and Steve Harfield has lofted one out there to Hurley. Hurley on the end zone line, throws a wobbly old forehand, and Dennis almost kills Johnny. Johnny brings down the score.
Here we go. Chris Palazzi puts it down the field. Leaves it for Val. Bit of a fumble, but it's safe. Smashes a cup there, puts it straight through. Back to Val. And then through again. That cup's looking a bit loose. Let's see if they can tighten that up as they go along. Dutchy keeps the flow going. Kev, he wants it long. Goes straight across the field again. They're making it look pretty easy. Dutchy doing well there to keep the flow going. Oh, and then a D. Hard to see from here.
I'd call that a throwaway more than a D. Val's Arkin doing what he does best.
He gets pretty loose with his throws. Oh, a bit of confusion there. Chris Palazzi pulls rank though. Looks for Steve Harfield. Chris Manning open in the middle. No relation to Eli Manning. Oh, gets it through. Gains a good bit of ground then. Palazzi, too easy. Straight to Hurley.
Half expecting Palazzi to bid into the end zone and take the score, but he knows an assist is worth 2 points and the score only 1. Elects to throw it in. So Chris Palazzi, in his duties as the baller, putting this up. It's 6-2 now. The Knight is up by 4 points, and things are looking terrible for Bluebells. You know, they've got a good zone offense going on here. They've been shredding the zone, but it's been that one pass right at the end that's been trouble. And Val puts up one to Tim. Tim in miles of space has to hold it up. He's got no options downfield. Throws it to Val, who's dropped it. Misfire there on that pass. So Sando picking the disc up. Throws a fake, throws a backhand. Johnny, the captain, to Richard Klein, who's dropped it clean. He's put that down bad. Ben, he's hauled that one back in. Had Tim Davis streaming deep to Kev Robinson. Kev Robinson with it. Tim Davis makes a good cut behind Palazzi. And it's dropped right at his feet. Palazzi picks it up, plays it on. Dave Sanderson, that flick, that beautiful flick that he's got. Richard Klein, always the solid handler to Sando. Here's that flick. He's had a travel called on him. Comes back his distance. It's not a stoppage, remember, ladies and gentlemen. So Brian Shield throws forehand. Johnny, the captain. Chino, bit of pressure there on the mark, which is good. Sando throws that floaty one, and Val has misread everything, and Nick Jukovac brings that down. Great read, great jump. Skies the pants off Val.
Here we go, Johnny, to pull it up for his team. Nice floaty pull, gives Nick time to get down onto the mark. Foley forced to get back to Kev, takes a good one-hander. Low one to Scary. Bit indecisive, gives it back to Foley. See if they can shred up the cup again. They did pretty easily last time. No one's really running through there though, Greg. Richard Klein almost comes through, he's got a bit of pace off the mark there. Sando just misses out as well. And Greg, it was a tough point, but they somehow managed to get it.
Bit of luck there. I think everything went Bluebell's way. 2 almost near D's. 2 of them. They put it in though. Okay, Kev with the pull. Puts up a good one. Is it going to stay in? No. No dice. So Manning from the brick mark. Bluebells tap this one in. They're working the zone again. Richard Klein, Brian Whalen way out of position there at that off point. They swing to Palazzi. Palazzi in that sunlight throws a hammer to Richard Klein right near the line. Throws a quick one to Steve Harfield, getting it around that cup. And Richard Klein busting up the line, throws a blade to Nick Jukovac, too easy. They take half, 8-3. Bruce, quick comments?
They're looking pretty good. Ricky loves that little bladey forehand. Expect to see that a bit more.
All right, so we got the first pull of the second half. Bluebells playing defense, White Knight on offense. The breeze has died down now, and Nick hits the end zone, and Chris Palazzi's put up a terrible one. That's straight over Nick's head. He was never going to catch that. That huck should have come forehand into the middle of the field. Instead, it went outside in, and Tim Davis is beating everyone deep and drops that one. Yeah, that huck Chris Palazzi put up, that really needed to be a forehand there, and put it into the middle of the field, give Nick a bit of a chance to see it and read it. Steve Harfield supplying the deep cut. The throw almost over Johnny. Johnny throws a quick one at Steve's feet. It's a turn. Ben Foley walks over. Val Zarkin picking up the disc. Wind's picked up a bit. The brand new shorts are fluttering a little. Val Zarkin to Dutch. Dutch over there looks. Ben Foley clogging space. Dennis makes a hard cut and Scary cuts him off, and Ben Foley brings down the disc. Bit of a travel, and there's a score to Brian Whalen.
Ben Foley, nice looking pull, gets into just out of the end zone. Chris Manning to David Sanderson. He'll be pivotal if they want to keep their lead. Shield to Warren White. Looking around, there's not much on for him. No one's cutting under. In fact, there's not much cutting at all. And they've gotten away with it though. Brian Shield does well to Chris Palazzi. Oh, puts up a big high release on his tippy toes, and there's no way Manning was getting that one.
Greg Schrader and Dennis Shine both making up the distance there to get that block. Knight really trusting their luck there, putting two well up in the air, and Ben Foley unleashing one.
Dennis, underreads it a bit, not happy with himself. Thinks he should have done better. Sando with a free throw. No one's cutting for him though. Puts it up regardless. Johnny's under it. He looks good for it. There it is. There it is. Nice grab. Steve just cuts off about half the field. Back to Sando. Oh, here's the point. Oh no. Good mark there by Tim Davis. And they reset. And Ricky, not quite enough blade on that one. More height required. Yeah, David Sanderson, I think on the Australian Masters team, or at least training with him. A lot of experience. Oh, he's made it high with his high backhand. He loves that one. Greg's got Brian Whalen wide open on the field. Oh, doesn't give him much room to catch it. And they are calling that out. Oh no, others are calling him in. Yep, contested out of bounds, back to Greg. Greg gets a second chance, does exactly the same throw, but a lot better. Oh, Brian just doesn't see Johnny floating around there and snatches it out of the air. Brian Shield now with the disc to Richie Klein. He's got his forehand cocked, ready to go. There it is. Gets the 1-2 back. No one's on for him though. He's going to have to go backwards, you would think. Steve getting under too easily this game. Greg's giving him a lot of respect deep there. And a nice throw into the corner. Chris Manning, nice.
Saw Brian Whalen's inexperience there, throwing that one up into space, and then Johnny pounced on it, and they're just playing too soft on his man. Allows him free, and that's too easy for Knight to score that one. Chris Palazzi, another pull. This one's another good one. It's going to go 3 meters in. Kev to Foley. Foley to Zarkin. Val Zarkin with the disc. Looks to throw that break. Gets shut off by Nick. Nick switches the force around to Kev. Kev to Timmy. Timmy wide open, getting some good space there. Throws straight through that inside-out point. This Knight zone has been shredded through that inside-out all night. They haven't yet corrected it, and Ben Foley putting one up in the breeze and gets lucky. Oh, and Val's put no look into the breeze again, and Val with the disc now to Ben Foley. Ben Foley's team are up against it here. They're down by 5 points and have been struggling thus far. Dutchy to Val to Kev. Dutchy floating around in that inside-out area to Zarkin. Zarkin throws that no-look backhand that he's got to Ben Foley. They're working very steadily here, just slowly getting those meters. Val Kev. Kev throws that fake. Throws an inside out to Ben Foley, who breaks through the middle. Chino with the disc now. Throws between two players. Tim Davis for the score. And that was some seriously chilly offense.
Kev Robinson with the stutter step pull. Lets the wind do the work there, and it rolls to Chris Manning. Puts it up in front for Palazzi. Dutchy with quite a strong mark. Almost gets a hand on it. Almost a turnover there, but Johnny saves the day. Whistles past Greg's ear. Steve, his fakes are pretty convincing.
Throws a lot of it.
He does throw a lot of fakes. You wouldn't want to get in the way of him either. Probably cut your head off. Palazzi back to Manning, does well to get under. They're getting the man defense here is putting a lot of pressure on every throw. Steve, they're getting a lot of passes off, but not much ground. And then Nick drops a sitter. It's not going to help his team.
Steve fired that one in there. That was aimed at Nick's knees, and he just couldn't get it under control.
Greg gets wide open. Don't know where Johnny was, and it's going to cost him. Oh, Chino! Classic Chino. Nice grab.
This guy's a legend. He's been playing for not even 2 years, and you know he wants the top 7. I think we've got one candidate, Mike. Top 7 right there. Kev with the pull. It's a flat one. It's not very good. Richard Klein, Shield swings to Manning, and Knight are out in a horizontal set here. Dennis working against Manning, the two UE teammates. Good tight defense there by Dennis. Shield throws a fake back to Steve, who's wide open here. Oh, and Steve's put one up in the wind, and oh, Manning brings down a big one. Chris Manning, oh, he's put it up in the air. Oh, and Kev got no, and oh, there's a blade, and oh man. It's about time they turn it over. Man, that was incredible. It's a wonder Knight didn't turn it over earlier there. They put several up, and oh, Kev's just turned one over now too. Giving it back to them. Terrible offense. Line brings it in, throws that flick. Steve Harfield, the lefty, has a look, and he's put it inside out to Johnny, and it's going out the back. So we've got horizontal offense from Bluebells here. Steve Harfield poaching a mile off Brian Whalen. Brian struggled with the horizontal offense structure last week. Throws a nice pass to Dennis. Dennis throws a bouncy one. Greg Schrader puts up the huck to Chino, miles free of Manning, and he's relaxed here, which is good, and he's thrown it out in front of Greg. Great decision, and Greg's as he's trying to score, he's thrown it. That's amazing. Dutchy with an amazing grab in between two red defenders. That is just sensational. Okay, Bruce. Knight just called a timeout. They've given up quite a few points here. They're fading after a big lead, just like last week.
Oh, just a nice pull, just let out the back there. Here we go. Sando, nice cut there. He was a target man. They're not letting him throw, and he's the old crafty Masters foul there.
I don't think it was as bad as that, Bruce. I think Ben Foley's feet just got caught up with Sando's there.
Brian Shield. Oh, Kev, nice mark there. Oh, Chris Palazzi drops the sitter. Ryan Dutch with a lot of pressure on his back there. Val, the crowd are yelling at him to huck it. Gets a nice under one to Greg. Puts it out in front for Scary. He's got a lot of pace, that kid. He'll get there. And spikes at this for good measure.
He loves it. Young kid gets a good score there. Beats James Hurley to the spot. Hurley's quick, solid, consistent. Not in that case, though. Kev Robinson, another flat pull. He's been struggling all night. Sando underneath it, picks it up, throws that lovely flick of his to Shield. Shield puts up a hug, and it's coming to us, ladies and gentlemen. I'll sky you, Brucey. Shit, I actually better not catch that, actually. Greggy was coming for me. All right, Kev brings it in. Knight have transitioned into this zone of theirs. Kev throws a high release to Ben Foley. Foley elects not to swing, now swings. To Val. Val throws a fake to Scary. Scary back to Val. Val with the disc now, throws that scuba of his. He likes his scuba. To Scary. Scary playing well today. He's having a good game so far, and Ben Foley out in the space of Kev, and Kev, he had a look at Greg there. Greg was heading deep, and Palazzi was out of position. Val puts one up to Whalen. Whalen, who bobbles it, but comes up with it. Great hands there by Brian. Throws an easy one to Greg, to Dennis, and the score. Bluebells are now even with White Knight. How about that for a comeback, Bruce?
We caught it earlier, and here it is. Dutchy with the pulling duties. He gets it middle of the opposition end zone. Chris Palazzi picks it up. Gets it out of the end zone. No one really sprinted down there to stop him. Steve gets open under, but Dutchy with a good mark. Manning doing well today. I don't think any errors. Looks like everyone's slowing down a little there. They're getting a lot of passes off, but just not getting met. Oh, there's a pick. Here we go, back in play. Red just not getting many yards with their passes. And there's a big one. They need this one to come off. They need to settle the boat here. Oh, Greg with his long arms. I don't know how he got there, but he's raked it in. And he's put it straight back to Richard Clyde. Oh, that was terrible. There we go, Sando back in the action again. Little air bounce. Is he going to stay in? Is he going to stay in? No.
So Ben Foley working against the night zone. Val with a high release to Scary, throws to Dutch. Dutch takes a skip, throws an outside in to Greggy. Greg with that brilliant grab just before to Tim Davis, who gave up the D, stopped running when he could have had it. Greg throws an outside in backhand to Dutchy. Dutchy and Dennis. Dennis has brought it in. Dennis has got him up with a brilliant grab. Surprisingly, he actually had to lay out for that one.
Got two hands under it though. Probably could have waited a bit, made the layout look a bit more spectacular.
I'm here with Dennis Shine. Just got that grab. Dennis, what was going through your mind when you saw that go over Dutch?
Oh, I just knew that Dutchy doesn't have a read, so I thought, well, I better get there and back him up.
There's a good grab, got two hands under it. Well done, mate. Nice score. So Nick now, and Bluebells are in a man defense. Nick throws that forehand to Johnny. Johnny has a big look at the end zone there. Chris Manning supplying the deep cut. Jukovac working under now. Throws a fake. Tim Davis on the mark to Richard Klein, the solid handler out there. And oh, Sando straight through his fingertips. The boys there in front of the Savage Ultimate sign. Guys, if you want jerseys, speak to Savage. Oh, and Foley, that is a dirty throw from Mr. Foley. That's a pie. And Tim Davis! Tim Davis! He's crushed that pack. Look out. Youngest guy out there. And he's destroyed that one. Wow. This is an absolutely epic comeback. Knight haven't scored a point in I don't know how many. Bruce, what's going on out there?
I don't know. Just I think the Bluebells have just pulled out some pretty good catches and plays there. A bit lucky, but now they've got the momentum. I don't know if Knight are going to be able to get stuff like that. Really lets them down. Another point here, and you'd say it was over.
I wouldn't say that, Bruce. I wouldn't say that, mate.
All the momentum with Bluebells, now in grey. Full of confidence. And they're just putting everything up now. They got a lot of faith in their receivers, although maybe misplaced there, a little misplaced.
Terrible drop by Dutchy. That hit him in the wrist.
Here we go, Dave Sanderson. It's getting dark. I don't know if his old eyes are going to be able to adjust, but gets it out to Steve. Oh, completely fakes out Scary. Just a bit of experience on show there. Johnny Warren White, what can he do here to save his team? Travels, but Palazzi. Tim Davis with a good bid. Palazzi rakes it out from nowhere, and who was that? Sando just
Brilliant bid on that undercut there. And then Chris Palazzi with a terrible throw just shanks it out of bounds. Brucey.
back to Tim Davis. Yeah, looks like a bit of rain possibly coming in. I think Bluebirds want to end this game as fast as they can. But I'm pretty sure Knight will have other ideas. Full of run now. Val, this is his first long cut since he's returned, and he's pretty. I think he's kept that in.
That was an incredibly dainty catch. That was dainty. Okay, Kev with the huck, putting it up. Sando underneath it, picking it up, throws that flick to Shield. He's been handling tonight to Steve Harfield, catches one-handed, fakes that backhand. Johnny, straight through Johnny's hands, and Dennis comes through and makes sure Palazzi doesn't get it. So Kev Robinson picks up. Val with the disc, throws a fake, looks up Brian Whalen. Dennis comes under. Dennis with the disc here. And they're getting a lot of undercuts free here. Timmy working hard. Chino still looking sore out there. That burnt the pants off Nick. Val holding that forehand, now dumps. Kev throws a fake, and then a quick one to Brian Whalen working on that far sideline. Throws a fake. Has a look, throws to Val. Val with the disc, holding that, and then throws a backhand. Palazzi, great positioning, gets a block for his team. So time cap just went, so we'll finish this point and have one. Sando with the disc to Shield, wide open. Shield swings up the line to Johnny. Johnny has a look, oh, and he put up a hug. Chino underneath it, watch out. Chino, oh, he's misread it. He's misread it, and Nick has come down with the score.
Thing, yeah, about, so I said right down.
So Palazzi with the pull for Knight here. Bluebells coming mostly downwind. Game to 13. If they score this, they win, and it will be their second victory. Knight have elected to come out in the zone, which hasn't worked for them yet. It's just been a few soft turns by Bluebells. Dennis to Kev. Kev breaks Nick, and Nick has destroyed Kev. So the disc is in, and Ben Foley just brings it in. Throws a break now to Kev in a lot of space. Dennis gets a few more yards to Kev. Seems to have walked off that hit. Speaking of walking, Dennis travels, gets called by Nick. Kev, ooh, fakes the hammer, and Sando on this far side wing is baiting that throw. And here we go. It's up. Ben Foley looking. Chino making a cut to Val. Val throws it in the end zone. Greg Schrader brings it down for the score, and Bluebells have won their second game of the league. Knight got out to an early break, taking half before, well, the wheels fell off the carriage, really. Bluebells absolutely rolled them in the second half, coming back, scoring that massive run, and then finally, the last point, too easy, working through that zone, and that's game. Thank you for joining us for this round 3 match between White Knight and Bluebells. Please subscribe to ulti.TV. We need your help. We need your support. It's only $5, $50 for a year though. If you want to watch lots and lots of Ultimate, we'll be bringing it to you all throughout the year, including Nationals from Australia and Worlds. Please subscribe. Thank you and good night.